Hello and welcome back. Hope you are doing good. So in this video we will going to learn about the Java methods. So this video is basically divided into two parts. So in the first part I will going to explain you the theoretical part about the Java methods. What are Java methods, how we can use Java methods, and what are the basic use of Java methods in the project level implementation. In the second part we will going to see some practical examples, so that we will get some idea how the Java methods are used in the uh, projects. Okay, so let's start. So hi everyone, my name is Rahul. I will be the host for this session today. So uh, I'm welcome you all here. So let's start. So we'll start with the quote first. A little progress every day adds up to big results. Okay, so if we are trying a little progress on a daily basis, uh, so it will be adding to a big result. Okay, big achievement in a one day. Okay, so let's start with the Java method. So first of all, what is Java method? So what is the definition of Java method? So as we can see here, the theory point. Okay, inside a classes it is not possible to write a business logic directly. Hence inside the uh, classes we declare method. Okay, we write a business logic inside the methods. Okay, to achieve project level requirements. Okay, so basically it is used to achieve a project level requirement. Okay, business logic. And what is the coding convention here? So method name start with the lowercase and each inner word start with the uppercase, like that mixed case or camel case. Okay, mixed case or camel case here. So the camel, we have some crest and troughs with the camel. Okay, like that only we can use the method name declare while declaring. Okay, the Java methods. Okay, so see here as this is a single word, so we are using here is a small. The next method example is a character add method, which is starting with small and inner word is a capital letter. Okay, similarly this uppercase, this is compared to ignore, like that. Okay, so this way we can declare the Java methods, or we can write the Java method name. Getting? Okay, all right. How we declare any method, like method syntax in Java. Okay, so here typically mention the syntax of the Java method. So first part is contain modifier list. Okay, and in the next is return type. Okay, the next is method name, the next is parameter list, and the next is throws any exception. Okay, so here we will see one by one which are the mandatory and which are the optional fields in this syntax. Okay, so modifier list represent the access permission, that is public, private, and protected. We can write in front of that method. Okay, and it is optional. Okay, it is not mandatory. We can write. Okay, so return type is the next thing is return type. So return type is functionality return value. Okay, what the method is returning. Is it returning integer? Is it returning any the float or a string value? Okay, it is a mandatory. Okay, without it the method will throw an error. And okay, so the next is a method name, that is the function name. What is the name of method? It is very mandatory. Yeah, good. And the next is the parameter list. Okay, so this is one of the optional, you know, part in the method declaration. Okay, so input to functionality, like what are the parameters of that method, okay, or arguments which are passing into that method. Okay, method of functionality, it is optional. Okay, and the next one is the throws exception, represent exception handling cases. Okay, this is also optional. Okay, so which are the mandatory fields? So this is one of the mandatory field. Okay, this is one of the mandatory field. Only two are the mandatory fields in the method syntax. Okay, so we will see by this example. Okay, this is public void. Void is the public is a access modifier, void is your return type, yamon is the method name. Okay, and these are the argument list which have which is optional part, so we haven't passed any argument here. And this is the logics. Okay, this is the implementation part. Similarly, this is also like one of the another method example. This is a private, okay, access modifier. This is a return integer, the method is returning, and the name of the method m2, and the argument list as a two arguments. Okay, it is returning, we are passing two arguments here, which is type of integer. Okay, and this is the logic where we can implement our method. Okay, getting all right. So what do you mean by method signature? Okay, this is the one of the most and important part of method. So what do you mean by method signature? Okay, and most of the time it is asked in interview. Okay, based on this topic we have few questions in interviews. Okay, so uh, let's see what is method signature. Okay, so a method name and parameter list is called method signature. Okay, so whatever method name and its parameter list we are seeing together, it is called as a method signature. Okay, and its syntax is a method name and parameter list. Okay, so example, this is one of the example. Okay, another example with two arguments. Okay, this is the another example for the method signature. Okay, getting all right. So let's move to the next part. The next part is types of method. Okay, this is very much similar as we saw in previous types of variables. Okay, so there are two types of methods in Java. Okay, so there are two types. All right, so instance and static method. Okay, as we know, the two types of variables are there in Java, like same way we have two types of method in the Java, instance and static methods. Okay, so let's see one by one what do you mean by instance method. So instance methods. Okay, let's see instance methods. So instance methods are also called non-static methods. Okay, how to declare? We declare as a regular methods. Okay, so this is instance method and its implementation. This is implementation or the body. Okay, so here we have to note one point here, which is most important point. Okay, here, so for instance, memory is allocated at the time of object creation. Okay, we know the memory is allocated at the time of object creation. Hence, to access the instance members, we have to use object name. Okay, that is reference variable. Okay, so the calling syntax is pretty much same as the regular one. Okay, for the instance methods. Okay, this is the method name, and this is object name dot instance method name to call the instance methods. Okay, so we have to create an object of the class which we want to create and which want to call the instance method. Okay, t dot m1. Okay, so let's see the static methods. Okay, so what do we mean by static methods? So static methods are the methods in front of which we have to we will see the static modifier. Okay, a static keyword. Okay, so static methods, this is static method, and this is the static area of the method, static area. And note here, so for a static members memory allocated during the dot class file loading, hence we have to access by using class name. Okay, so the calling method syntax is like this one. So this is the method, we have static method, and to call the static method we have to use class name dot a static method name which we have to declare. Okay, so as in this class, okay, this is a class name. Okay, this is a class name dot em2 is the name of the static method. Okay, getting? So let's move ahead to see some of the scenarios where we will see some instant and static methods with different different possibilities. Okay, different combinations and permutations and combinations. Okay, so instance method are the first scenario is instant and static methods are without arguments. Okay, so instance method are bound with the object, hence we call the methods by using the object name or the reference variable. Static methods are bound to the class, hence we are calling this by using the class name. Okay, so instance method using object name, static methods using class name. Okay, two things clear? All right, good. The next thing is scenario number 2. Okay, instant and static method with the parameters. Okay, so let's see. Method is expecting parameters input to the functionality, then while calling the static method must pass the values that a parameter, then only the method will be executed. Okay, while passing parameters, number of argument and order of argument are important. All right, we will see. Okay, this you will get. Okay, in the practical session also. Okay, we will see these things. Okay, this is one of the arguments. This is method declaration. Okay, this is m1 method with the integer parameter. To call this method we have to use this is static method. Okay, so we have to call by using the object of the static this is instance method. Okay, so t1.m1, this is valid way to call this method. Okay, for this one this is invalid, for this one this is invalid, for this one so here mention some of the examples while calling the methods based on the parameters, number of parameters, type, order. Okay, so here we will see the first one. Okay, it is simple method which is expecting one integer argument. So to call this one, how we will call this method? Okay, by using object, this one, this is object dot the method name and the parameter, integer type of parameter which this method is expecting. Okay, the next one method m3 is expecting integer, character and float arguments. Okay, to call this one we have to use object dot the method name and the uh, integer, character and float arguments. Okay, but note here, so this first one is correct, integer, the second one is character, okay, the third one is the float we are expecting, but it is double. Okay, right? So this is the invalid way to call this method. Okay, invalid way. Okay, so the next one we will see. Okay, this method is expecting integer, character and float one, and to call this one we are giving integer, character and this is float. This is correct way. Okay, to call any float argument. Okay, 10.6 f means float here, so this is the valid. Okay, this is correct one. Okay, and this is also incorrect way, and the method is expecting integer, character, float. Okay, but we are passing only integer and character, so this is a invalid way. Okay, to call this method. Okay, so the next is scenario 3. In this scenario we will going to see the calling method. It's possible to provide variables as a argument to values. Okay, so these variables, right, we can use as a arguments. Okay, variables as a argument. Okay, by passing the value. And scenario 4, for Java method it's possible to provide argument as a object parameter is real time. Okay, so we can provide Java methods as objects as a parameter in real time project. Okay, the next one, it is saying duplicate method not allowed. Okay, inside a class in Java class. Okay, so to declare two methods with the same signature, it's not allowed, and if we try to do this thing, it will throw an error saying the method is already defined in the particular class, which is called here as a test class. Okay, Java does not allow duplicate methods. Okay, getting? So this is this is theory part we have completed. So we will move next to the practical part, where we will see different kinds of example with the methods, how we are declaring this one. Okay, so we will see in the practical class. Okay, so welcome back to practical session. In this session we will see all the scenarios which we have saw already in the theory section. We will see here by using practical. So for the ease of time, I have already written some of the programs. Okay, I will I will let you go through this program. Okay, we'll see all the things. So this is one class I have declared. Okay, and this is the instance method. Okay, here I have printed one message inside method 1. This is instance method 1 I have declared. Okay, its return type is void. It's not returning anything, and it has 0 arguments or no arguments. Okay, so same way, this is static method. Okay, and it is returning void and em2 as the name of the method, and it's the message is printed inside the method as a em2 inside em2 static. Okay, so how we will call these two methods inside a main method. Okay, to call the instance method, we will create an object of the class, this class. Okay, and to call the static method, we can call by using the name of the class. Okay, so this is only it is written here. Okay, in this step we have created one object of this class demo instance method. Okay, and by using this method, by using this class, this object dot the name of method m1, we are calling the instance method which is inside this class. Okay, all right. So to call the static method, simply we have to use the name of the class dot the method name. Okay, to call the static method. This is all about the scenario 1, instance and static method without any arguments. Okay, let's move to the next scenario, instance method and static method with parameters. Okay, so here in this program I have written one instance method with two parameters or two arguments. Okay, and this is static method with two arguments. Okay, and these are the some messages I have printed. These are some messages I have printed. Okay, okay. So in this way, in this main method, I will create one object of this the class, and by using this object I am calling this instance method. Okay, which is expecting two parameters. Okay, 10 as an integer. Okay, and a one character parameter. The next one is the static method. We will call static method by using simple class name dot the name of the method and in bracket the parameters. Okay, which is expecting this method as a boolean. Okay, as a true, and double as a this 10.5t. Okay, getting this all about this scenario 2 with parameters. Okay, methods with parameters. Scenario 3, while calling method, it's possible to provide variables as a argument as a value. Okay, so to see this one, created one method, instant method expecting three parameters. Okay, and to call this one, what I will do here, simply I have declare one integer variable which is and 100 value assigned to it, one character assigned to it, and one boolean. Okay, boolean value assigned to it. Okay, this is the variables, and I am going to create one object of this class which I have declared, and I will call the m1 method by using the variables as a arguments. Okay, so x, I have given this one x, ch as a character, and boolean as the y value. Okay, this one, running this one, see 100 a and false. Okay, 100 a and false. Okay, all right. So next, move to the next scenario, which is telling that it is possible to provide object as a parameters in real time. Okay, so these are the some classes. Okay, which I have declared. Okay, these classes may contain any business logic. Okay, and this is another class which is a driving class which is expecting some methods. Okay, so m1 method which is expecting two objects. Okay, which is a type of, this is an x type of object. Okay, this is a object of type x class. Okay, and this is the e is the object or the this method e is the object which is expecting object type of employee. Okay, and this is a m1 method calling inside this one. The similar way, this is static, this is for instance, and this is for static. Okay, all right. So main method, simply created one object. We'll create object of this X class, object of this employee class, and we'll call the m1 method, which is expecting two objects, X and E. The reference variable I have just given as a parameter. Okay, the objects as a parameter. Getting this way, this is, and created one more object for this Y class and giving this object as a parameter to the static method. Getting this one 10 and this one. Okay, let's run this program, m1 method and m2 method. All right, so this is all the thing, like four parameter, four scenarios I wanted to just wanted to tell you in the practical way. Okay, all right, thank you.